Hey Sagittarians, how y'all doing? Welcome. We are going to be doing your first half of March general reading here. Let's talk about your meditation. So I saw a sandcastle on a beach, you don't say. I saw a sandcastle. Now, by its very nature, normally sandcastles are easily destructible, right? The tide comes in and washes them out, right? But this sandcastle stood the test of time. I saw this sandcastle last through all these different seasons. It was beautiful. It's a very sturdy sandcastle here. And then I saw Patrick, I believe his name is, from SpongeBob SquarePants, who I believe is a starfish. And that makes sense with the sandcastle beach theme. Starfish are about wish fulfillment, being in the spotlight, a physical appearance of things. I'm really getting drawn to the fact that this sandcastle, something that seems like it's going to be transient or not last, or any feelings around I gotta enjoy it while it's here because it may not last, or this time may not last, or whatever that is, it's actually has a lot more staying power than you would think at first glance or at first thought. There's something about that. Let's go ahead and get your animal energy. It was kind of beautiful seeing a sandcastle that normally is transient in nature, easily destructible, last through many different seasons. It's beautiful. But maybe it lasted because it was treated with such moment-to-moment appreciation, and that resulted in the staying power. I'm going to appreciate it while it's here because it may not be around forever, and that's what causes it to be around forever. Oh my God, I just got shivers. Oh, let's see what the animal energy is. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. Oh my God, okay. By the way, I'm doing a new thing where I did this for the monthlies, but I take the card that falls out and then I take the one on the bottom, and it's kind of giving me life. So we have the lizard and the butterfly. You know, the lizard is very much about dream life, dream time, adaptability, and wish fulfillment in its own right. It's kind of like the dream life that you can imagine and picture really coming into full formation. And the butterfly is about just having your best time of life, just really having that lightness of being, metamorphosis, really appreciating everything. You know, I'm really drawn to the fact that both of these animal energies represent change, because the lizard adapts to its environment, right? And the butterfly goes from the egg to the, caterpillar, to the chrysalis, to the fully formed butterfly, right? You know how butterflies have a season, but they're not around all of the time? And then I saw that sandcastle. This has more staying power, whatever this is I'm tapping into, and it's because it's not taken for granted. It's tended to like a garden on a daily and consistent basis. Ooh, Lord, are we talking about relationships? Okay, let's see. What's going on for Sagittarius for the first half of March? I'm also getting two energies coming together that are seemingly different but really work together, like two opposites coming together that just really work. Could be work, could be love, could be lots of different things. Page of Swords is what it is. So Page of Swords is beautiful. This is initial communication, being in contact. This is a realization possibly for you, but this is the written word, written communication, phone calls, text, emails, whatever have you. But this is the start of something or a newer energy. Could be with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or something of that realm. But I also feel like this is cutting away past aspects of yourself that were a worst case mentality. You're thinking, I'm hearing self-fulfilling prophecy, be damned. I really do feel like this is an aspect of you realizing aspects of yourself that either had a negative thought process or self-sabotage or, like I said, self-fulfilling prophecies, and going, you know what, I don't need it. I'm going to move into this new cycle, whatever this is involving. Could be a dream job or a dream career with just like complete faith, like the Fool, right? It's like keeping your thoughts clean, keeping your mind clean, keeping your mind palace very tidy. I like it. This is also going to be being observed as well. Being observed or observing yourself. Ooh. Page of Cups, 2 pages in a row will add you to... Is that a starfish on a seashore. With all of these stars, you better work, Sagittarius. So this is a new offer of love, communication, stirring of the heart chakra. I can't believe I saw Patrick the starfish, and then he's coming up here in the reading, except that I can. Because you guys always, your readings are just always a little extra delicious. It's you guys and the Aquarians that I kind of love the most, but don't tell anybody, except tell everyone. You know, this is really beautiful here because this is all about new starts, fresh new beginnings, clear mind and an open heart, right? Clear mind, open heart. Oh, I like it so much. Remember when I said that it could be two different energies coming together that just really work? See how this starfish and crab, I feel like these are the two different energies coming together, and together they just kind of work. Again, this could be a lot of different things, but that's the feeling that I'm getting. Like the lizard who fell in love with the butterfly. It's interesting. All right. What else is going on? Oh, suki. So we have the world here. Why am I not surprised? This is the successful, happy completion of a cycle. This is, thank you very much for, oh my Lord. Successful, happy completion of a cycle. This is graduation day. This is one of the most positive keys. This is the last key in the whole deck that leads, what comes after this? The Fool. I was just talking about the Fool. It's interesting because these are two fresh energies here with the page, that younger energy or the fresh new start or a newly realized version of yourself going straight into the world key. So it's almost as if making some simple edits around keeping your mind palace clean and clear of self-defeating thoughts or negative thoughts or whatever have you, and then keeping your heart open and unadulterated and clear and receptive kind of skips you ahead to the front of the, but it's really the end of the line in a good way, where you're like, oh my God, it's almost as if you win the jackpot, seemingly skipping a lot of, it's something that happens at an accelerated rate. You know, we have all the fixed signs represented here, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, and Scorpio. I feel like that's pertinent for somebody, okay? Oh, there's a deeper message in that. Okay. Let's talk about that. So fixed signs are known for being stubborn. I'm an Aquarius, so I can talk about this all day. Known for being stubborn, not being easily changeable or movable. I feel like you are graduating out of any energy that, remember when I said that the sand castle had lasting power because it was never taken for granted that it would be around forever? Right? There's something to that. And also feels like you are graduating out of a place where you're moving beyond any perceived limitations and realizing that actually you can have anything that you want. It's just about becoming an energetic match to it. It's almost as if you finally received some sort of memo that maybe you've been holding yourself back, or maybe you're Neo and the chosen one in the Matrix, and all you have to do is just finally let go of your preconceived notions or ideas or expectations of yourself. Remember, it was only in the Matrix when the Oracle told him he wasn't the one that he was able to release those expectations and that burden, like the butterfly, released that baggage, and then he really flew. And then he became full, he truly believed it because he was able to let go of all of that pressure. Something to that. Remember, the butterfly can't fly with baggage, right? All right, Page of Swords. Moving as well. I'm feeling someone moving, or Page of Swords to clarify the Page of Swords. Guys, this is why I use two different decks for moments like this. I just saw the number 9 on the timer. The number 9 just feels very significant. Number 9 is the 9 of endings, but it's also the number of wish fulfillment, as in the 9 of cups. We have the Page of Cups here. There's something about wish fulfillment here as well. But being your own candy lady or candy man. So the fact that the Page of Swords has come up here twice. I do feel like some of you guys are going to be communicating a lot with either you're communicating with others that you haven't communicated with before, and it's a lot of good times and good fun, or it's a more positive way of communicating with yourself, positive self-talk, right? In a way that maybe you've not quite experienced before. Why do I feel like you're finally getting the memo and how to fully get out of your own way? And this is not Sagittarius specific. Like, everybody gets in their own way every now and again. But there really is something about, it's like you have a clarity of mind that has previously eluded you. Listen, it's interesting because, you know, the lizard is fire energy and the butterfly is air energy. And then we're drawn to the air energy here, and y'all as Sagittarians are fire, right? There's something about where, oh my God, guys, I don't know what to do with all these sound effects. It's not normally this crazy, but let's roll with it. There's something to wake up call maybe, but there's something to do with the tempering of your passions with your mental sphere. It's like you have a mental clarity unlike you have had in a moment. Now, during this time, you know, the Mercury in retrograde, blah, 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 and Piscean season, it's all about the feelings, but you're kind of moving through these energies in a way where you come out of it with just this really beautiful mental clarity by the mid-month. And it's really delicious. I'm an Aquarius. So I'm like, yes, mental clarity. But I also feel like it's calling away aspects of yourself that just aren't working anymore. Your mind can become truly your palace. It's just about making those edits and insisting that it be so. Also, you could be getting some written communication here about contracts I'm getting from someone who's been watching you online or someone you don't know, communication through someone who lives far away. But I am really drawn to this parchment here. For some of y'all, there could be remedying an agreement or going back to an agreement involving children, custody, or something to do with a contract that deals specifically with legal matters. I mean, not all, I mean, some contracts, I mean, you know, it's a contract, but there's something to do with dotting the I's and crossing the T's for some of you guys. Okay? Now, we could also look at this as a soul contract and coming into communication with people you have soul contracts with. Okay? All right. Did I cover all the bases? I think we're good. All right. Let's go to Page of Cups. Let's do it. Oh, good. Okay. Hold on. They're telling me to get one more for that. Hold on. Good. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh, my God. Okay, Sagittarius. You got the 2 wands and the 2 cups. Okay. 2 of wands came out, but kind of funny. And then they were like, just get one more. There's a point to it. And now we have 2 and 2. So, 2 of wands and 2 of cups with the Page of Cups. Remember how I said some of you guys could be communicating with someone far away or not down the road or communicating in general. And she's like, where are you? Red string of fate here. 2 of Cups is like a deep soulmate connection, honey. It's love, right? It's love. There's also something about the 2 of Wands here that's about, you know, patience. You know where you're going. Remember the sandcastle thing. It's like if you treat it as if it will not always be around, it may always be around. There's something about not taking something for granted. And it's almost feeling not protective, but very nurturing of something. This could be a connection. This could be an aspect of yourself that you've re-fallen in love with after you cull away all of the self-defeating thoughts and negative patterns or whatever this is for you. I feel like for some of you guys, this is artistic work as well that really fills your heart with joy, okay? Maybe you've been holding off on doing it or having confidence issues around it, and now that's done. But on a larger scale, this Page of Cups, new love, with the 2 of Wands being patient around how it manifests, and in what time it manifests and what it looks like. Oh, she's like, what that's gonna look like? And they're over here like, it doesn't matter what it freaking looks like. Just appreciate every single freaking moment because it's a feast, right? I'm also hearing I feast upon you with my eyes. Ooh, Sagittarius. You know, it's interesting. I'm also being drawn to the lilies and the roses here. The red roses represent romantic love. The white lilies represent spirit. It's interesting. I feel like, again, this could be someone else and or yourself, but I feel like you're linking up with someone or an aspect of yourself where the material realm, this is the root chakra, right? The material realm, the physicality of things is linking up really beautifully with the spiritual aspect. So for those of you who are in the market for love or in a love situation, this, I can't tell you how good this feels. I can't. You got 2 and 2. But there is this call for patience and not trying to rush it along too much. And it's not because if you rush it, it's going to be messed up. It's about appreciating the moments getting to where you're going, right? Stopping to smell the roses and the lilies. Something about that. Oh, I like this so much. Okay, the world. What did I say comes after the world? The fool. Fool, you better work. It's the complete ending graduation day. So happy completion of one cycle and the leaping off into another. You guys are about to have the time of your dang lives. It's newness. You completed a cycle. The Durman-Strong is over. The mental tension, the negative self-thoughts, the self-fulfilling prophecies, the drudgery, the frustration, the negativity, the impatience even is over. And you're going right into the full cycle. I am telling you that the risk is going to the reward is going to far outweigh the risk. I'm hearing a quote from Brené Brown. From her book, Daring Greatly, which is, I'm going to butcher this to death, but just go with me here. She talks about what is worth doing even if it doesn't work out. What is always worth the risk? What is worth doing even if it doesn't work out? I keep hearing that. But the thing is, it is going to work out. But it's going in, if we knew that something was going to work out definitively, would we give it our all? Probs not. It's that risk element. It's that never taking it for granted. It's that this is so precious to me, whether it's a job or a person or your relationship with yourself. This is so precious to me. I'm going to tend this like a garden. I'm going to tend this like an orchid. Orchids are notoriously difficult to tend to in different ways. Okay? I'm not trying to go dark, but you can tend to, orchids are my favorite, right? Orchids, you can tend to exactly how you're meant to and give them the perfect living conditions, and they can still die on you. They kind of do what they're going to do, in my experience of them. I'm not an expert, but I've had many orchids in my life, and that has been my experience of them. Also why I love them. You can never take it for granted because it's like, it's nothing is assured. And there's something about that being the right attitude going into where you're going. I don't know how this is going to work out, but I'm going to take a leap of faith anyway, and I'm going to treat it like it may not be here tomorrow. And that is what's going to cause it to be there tomorrow. Does that make sense? I love it. Let's get an article. Which one? Let's do this one. Guys, the world and the fool. I cannot. This is really good. I'm excited for you guys. All right. Let's get oracle. Oh. All right, take the bottom too. Okay. Do you see this butterfly realness with this compassion? Okay, so two butterflies here. What I'm getting with this compassion situation, I'm hearing to have compassion for yourself around what has not worked out in your life, around where you are and where you are not. Have compassion about everything that's going to come up within and around you, around whatever this new venture is. Have compassion. There is this feeling of wanting to be perfect, not wanting to mess it up, or wanting to keep a good thing going. And I'm hearing that it is beautifully human to err, because that's how we learn. Be compassionate with yourself around the lessons that you are learning and are gearing up to continue to learn. Remember, children, it's all about being in school and learning. You are returning into the full cycle, being open to learn more lessons. It's not about reaching a pinnacle point, then you have nothing else to learn. This is the school of life. Be compassionate with yourself if you find yourself especially relearning lessons that you thought you already learned. I'm hearing that there's you know how people say, like, I've done the work, I've done the self-work? Beautiful. But the real work happens when you are linked with someone else, whether that's a working partnership or romantic or whatever have you, or familial. It's when you are face to face with someone else who is mirroring back to you all of the aspects of yourself that you don't particularly love that the real work happens. Okay? That's the real deal. You can do all the self-work in the world, but you can only really move through those lessons in a completed and fully, realized way in someone else's energy, right? That's just been my experience. That's just like what I know, you know? How many times have you done all this self-work? You've read all the books, you meditate every day, you do everything, you get your readings, all the stuff, right? And then you meet someone in whatever context, and suddenly you're like, what the hell happened to my self-work? Guys, come on. You know what it is. Please be compassionate with yourself. Be compassionate with whoever else is coming into your atmosphere. I'm also drawn to the fact that these wings, right? Back to the butterfly here, right? These wings, it feels very heavy, right? Like this butterfly can't fly because of the burden here. Because of the, oh my God. And then it's like this angel says, this is all good, right? But I'm also picking up something really particular here. I feel like this person is begging and praying that this works out. Whatever this is, that this works out. Please let this work out. Please let this work out. Please let this work out and last, right? But it's kind of being okay with whatever it is, because just it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all type deal that allows the weight to lift and the butterfly to fly. And that, it's like being okay with whatever happens is what's allowing it to stick around. Do you understand? It's kind of like the sand in the hand deal, where if you try to cling onto it too tightly, it will slip through your fingers, but if you hold it open, right? If you love them, let them go. If they come back, then you know. Like, I don't feel like that's what it is coming up here, but that's the energy that I'm getting. This is like a pre-remedy, right? Have faith, this angel fairy lady is saying. You don't need to do this, right? I can't tell you how beautiful this feels. The fact that you got the last and the first key on the back of each other doesn't get any better than that. I'm really excited for you guys. You also got choice here. The dove represents divine love, right? And see how this little crystal ball here with the choice? We are our choices. We are our choices. And it's a difference between looking at the ground and looking up here. I'm getting as well. Remember that sandcastle that stood the test of time because it was not taken for granted that it would, right? So stunning, Sagittarius. I'm so obsessed with this for you. I also feel like for some of you guys, it's like if she just looked to her right, she would see the sun coming in. This isn't a time to be in your head. It isn't a time to like sit there and really kind of look over your options or overthink or whatever. This is a time to really walk or run in faith, okay? And not taking anything for granted. And by doing that, that's going to result in the staying power of whatever this is. Okay, my darlings? All right, with that being said, this is your first half of March general reading. I so hope that this resonated with you and helped. If so, please let me know in the comments below. I live for reading your comments. And with that being said, just thank y'all so much for being here. And as always, thank you for being you, and be well. Until next time.